The year's 1978. We're in Baguio City, the Philippines, for the World Chess Championship. Soviet-backed 27-year-old Anatoly Karpov, the reigning World Chess Champion, coming into the competition, faces 47-year-old Soviet defector Viktor Korchnoi. The first player to defeat the other 6 times wins. Korchnoi is a 4-time USSR chess champion who had defected to the Netherlands just 2 years earlier. For this reason, Kasparov's team disallowed Korchnoi to play under any flag. In retaliation, Korchnoi sat for the Soviet national anthem. And a little after Korchnoi's act of defiance, Game 1 commenced. Sunglasses. As a result of Karpov's habit of staring into his opponent's eyes, Korchnoi employed sunglasses throughout the match. This very much angered Karpov, who protested light from the glasses would reflect into his eyes. The arbiters tested it and found no such thing, and thus Korchnoi kept his sunglasses. Game 2. Game 2 came with even more controversy, as 25 moves into the match, Karpov was delivered a violet-covered cup of yogurt. Korchnoi's team thought the yogurt was used to send signals between Karpov and his team. His team filed protests, and the arbiters decided yogurt was to be delivered at a specific time. It's also entirely possible that the yogurt debacle was a joke protest taken too seriously by the arbiters. And now I introduce you to the mysterious Mr. Zukar, Vladimir Petrovich Zukar. I'll let the Russian Wikipedia catch you up to speed. Soviet psychiatrist, doctor of medical sciences, military and clinical psychologist, parapsychologist, and hypnotist, one of the largest Soviet specialists in hypnosis. Zukar was brought in as Karpov's psychologist. He spent much of his time alongside Karpov's camp, intently staring or attempting to hypnotize Korchnoi during matches. This annoyed Korchnoi, who had him reseated a couple of times before bringing in Stephen Dyer and Victoria Shepherd, members of Ananda Marga, an Indian spiritual ideology which has its foundations in yoga, which I'm fairly sure is a cult. You can read into it, come to your own conclusion, but it's very much a cult. The two were brought in by Korchnoi to help him do yoga in an attempt to combat Zukar. Also, the pair were out on bail for murder. They did 17 years in prison. The arbiters had absolutely none of this and kicked out the two members of Ananda Marga and sent Zukar to a back seating row. Anyways, let's quickly jump back to how the games went. Games 1 through 7 ended in draws, with Game 5 being the longest game ever played at the time, lasting 124 moves. Karpov struck first in Game 8, and Korchnoi won one back in Game 11. Karpov then went on a winning streak, winning games 13, 14, and 17. Korchnoi won Game 21 before Karpov won Game 27, leaving him one win away from the championship. With the score at 5-2 in favor of Karpov, Korchnoi mounted an incredible comeback, winning games 28, 29, and 31, and that leaves us with Game 32. To decide the 1978 World Chess Championship, Anatoly Karpov opens with white. He plays e4, Korchnoi responds with a proc defense. Unbeknownst to Korchnoi, however, after the start of the match, Zukar moved from his seating area to Karpov's camp. After 41 moves, the match was adjourned, and the next morning, Korchnoi responded that he would not return to the game. The arbiter would give the win to Karpov, making him 1978's World Chess Champion. Korchnoi would protest Zukar's presence, but his obviously lost position resulted in the arbiter's decision in favor of Karpov.